we present the Bulgarian model of the PReSONS platform, an AI-powered system designed to support the assessment of recidivism risk through data-driven and explainable methodologies. PReSONS integrates machine learning models with structured judicial and correctional data, combining real-world datasets with synthetic data generation techniques in order to enhance robustness and reduce bias. The system has been designed within a responsible AI framework, where transparency, interpretability, and human oversight are central. Its role is not to replace judicial decision-making, but to provide an additional analytical layer that helps professionals better understand patterns of risk. As we enter the platform, we arrive at the main risk assessment interface. At the top of the screen, we can see a short description of the tool, explaining that it provides probabilistic estimations based on historical data. It also clearly states that the results should be used as support and not as a standalone decision-making mechanism. This is an important design element, ensuring that users are always aware of the context and limitations of the system. Just below, we are asked to select the country. In this case, we select Bulgaria. This step is essential as it activates the Bulgarian dataset and the corresponding trained model. Each national model within PReSONS has been developed separately, allowing the system to reflect local correctional practices, legal structures, and behavioral patterns observed in each country. We now move to the assessment form. The interface is clean and linear, guiding the user step by step through the required inputs. As you can see on the screen, the variables are grouped in a way that combines demographic information, social background, and correctional history. These variables are directly linked to those used during the training of the model and represent the key predictors of recidivism within the Bulgarian context. We begin with the first use case. Starting from the top of the form, we first select the gender, which in this case is female. Immediately after, we select nationality as Bulgarian, ensuring consistency with the selected model. We then move to the level of education, which we set as secondary education. As we proceed, we define the marital status as divorced. At this point, we're still describing the socio-demographic profile of the individual, which plays an important role in how the model interprets the case. Next, we look at the siblings or family field, which in this case is set to no, indicating the absence of immediate family support. We now transition to the correctional variables. The prison status is selected as measured attained, which reflects a specific detention condition. Moving further down, we enter the number of days in prison, which is 323. This value indicates the duration of incarceration and is an important temporal factor in the model. Right below, we enter the total days of penalty, which is 240. We then confirm that the case does not involve multiple crimes. Continuing, we select that there is an exemption from serving the sentence. We also confirm that there has been no revocation of release, no interruption of implementation, and no conditional early release. Additionally, we set that there has been no participation in reducing punishment through work schemes. Finally, we mark the sentence as fulfilled. At this point, as you can see on the screen, the form is fully completed. The system now has a complete and structured representation of the case, combining all relevant dimensions of the individual profile. We proceed by clicking Submit. At the backend level, the platform sends the input data through a fast API endpoint to the Bulgarian trained model. The model performs inference by comparing this case to patterns learned during training and generates a recidivism risk estimation. We now observe the results page. At the top, the system provides a clear classification of the case as high risk of reincarceration. This offers an immediate, high-level understanding of the outcome. Just below, we see the probability score, which reflects the internal estimation of the model based on statistical relationships within the data. We now move to the explanation section, which is a key feature of the platform. In the diagram, we can see how different variables contribute to the prediction. Variables shown in one direction increase the predicted risk, while others reduce it. For example, in this case, we can observe that sentence fulfillment contributes positively to the risk, while factors such as exemption from serving the sentence and reducing punishment with work contribute to lowering it. Additional elements, such as education level and time-related variables, further influence the balance of the prediction. Take a moment here to observe how the bars move left and right. This visual representation helps us understand not just the result, but the reasoning behind it. Below the diagram, the system provides a textual explanation summarizing the most influential factors. This reinforces the visual interpretation and makes the output more accessible. At the bottom of the page, we see a structured summary of all input variables, ensuring full transparency and traceability of the assessment. We now proceed to the second use case. We return to the form and begin entering a new profile. This time, we select gender as male and again set nationality to Bulgarian. We then choose the level of education as primary and define the marital status as divorced. In contrast to the previous case, we now indicate that the individual does have siblings or family. Moving to the correctional section, we select prison status as penalty sentenced, which reflects a different correctional trajectory. We then enter the number of days in prison, which is significantly higher in this case, reaching 926 days. The total days of penalty are entered as 1275, indicating a much longer sentence duration. We confirm that the sentence has been fulfilled. In this case, we also indicate that there has been an exemption from serving part of the sentence, as well as a revocation of release. Additionally, conditional early release is selected as yes, while participation in reducing punishment through work remains no. Once again, the form is now complete. We submit the assessment and allow the system to process the input through the same inference pipeline. We now observe the results. This time, the system classifies the case as low risk of reincarceration.